Welcome to today's webinar on how to create a sales playbook in minutes. My name is Ravish Kamath. I'm the VP of Product at Regalix. And Regalix is a digital technology marketing agency based out of Mountain View in California. We also have built a enablement platform, which is what we are looking at this point, which is Oset.io. The whole purpose of this platform is to make sure that we can help you in your enablement journey, whether it is technical marketing content or sales content. And today we are going to be doing a live demonstration of our platform, trying to show you how easy it is to create some of your sales collateral in minutes using our platform. So since this is a live demonstration, we will be actually creating a lot of content live. You might have a few pauses where we are waiting for the system and system feedback. So let's just get going. To begin with, I'm just going to be signing up for a free trial to create my new Acme instance on the site. And once we have our demo instance up, we will be going into creating our content. So let's get started. I'm just about creating my account on the site. And what you will see is as soon as you have logged in, you will basically be greeted with a screen which will allow you to get started. So let's go ahead and create our site. So we're going to call our site, let's say, let it remain at Oset, but let's just call this is a sales collateral site. Let's just give it a logo. So this is to show you where your company logo can go. Since this is an Acme site, we'll upload an Acme logo and an Acme fav icon. Let's make sure that the look and feel of the site is as per what an Acme company would want it to be. So we're going to pick brand colors that perhaps reflect Acme better. So this, you can see that it's pretty easy to create a color palette matching your company branding using our tools. And with that, we actually have an empty shell where we can actually start creating content. Since the purpose of this webinar is to actually show you how fast we can create the content, we are not covering some of the features like making the site private, enabling single sign-on and things like that. So we can always take a look at some of those features much later. If some of you have some questions on how that is done or how all of those can be accomplished, please do reach out to me towards the end of the webinar. So now that we have created, a base shell, let's go ahead and create content. Some of the content that we talked about was the enablement content was primarily around playbooks. Playbooks are a great way of actually getting all your field and sales teams in sync with what your content, with what your product or company is selling. So, so here, let's go ahead and create our first playbook, and I'm just going to call it a sales playbook. We'll give it some description. Let's say we want to upload an icon that is going to suit our playbook, and then we say save. Here, so as you can see, very easily, we just got a first section up on the home page, our first playbook, which is called a sales playbook. We haven't put any content under it, but before we do that, let me actually show you how easy it is to create another section right here on the home page, and we'll call this the partner playbook. Obviously, the information that you will share with a partner and a salesperson will vary. There might be content that is more related to packaging with respect to a partner. So we're creating a very different playbook mainly for a partner. And we'll give it an icon. And let's just say save. Again, you can see very easily how we have created two sections. We will go into the sales playbook. The site by default builds in templates for you. These are all pre-built layouts so that you can just focus on creating the content. Now what we will do is actually build out our playbook, and from a best practices perspective, we have over the years come up with a structure for the playbook that we think works best from a sales perspective, helping new sales teams get onboarded faster, helping sales teams find the information faster and things like that. So let's go ahead and actually start creating a structure, or start putting a structure for our sales playbook. One of the important things about playbooks is the organization, or how the content comes across to the sales teams. And sales teams, especially when they're new to the company, need a lot of hand-holding. They need to really understand your company in a very short amount of time. And one of the things that will help them come up to speed is, getting a quick overview of the company. So we just created a quick section called overview. We'll add some chapters under overview. But before we do that, let's build the outline for the whole playbook. And we're going to just click on this plus icon here. Again, create a new playlist. And this one, let's just call it as Marketing Insights. Now that you've established an overview, it's always good to give your sales teams a quick insight into what the marketing says about your company's product or portfolio. So here we have, so in this section of sales playbook, you'll find information related to current marketing conditions and things like that. So let's go ahead and create one more section. And this time, let's focus on sales opportunities. So what should they? So we will again add content for the sales section, sales opportunities. So again, the key idea here is, what are the industry verticals? Who are the buyers? What are the personas? How are the buying and sales process aligned? And things like that will be actually covered as part of this part of the playbook. And the last piece that we will be adding is buying stages, which is perhaps one of the most critical pieces of our whole playbook. This is especially tied to the seller's journey, right? So now that we have created almost 4 high-level blocks, let's go ahead and start adding content in every block. What are some of the chapters that should exist under overview? So under overview, let's create a chapter. So here under overview, we're creating a chapter, and let's say we will call this as a vision statement. It's always good for the company leadership team, executive team, to share its leadership, share its vision with the sales folks, so people understand the overall company philosophy and things like that. Then there are things like the company fast facts that they need to quickly access, and let's just create fast facts as also another chapter in the thing. So here we have already created 2 chapters. As some of you can already see, this creation of we are creating this playbook live as we speak, and so you can already see how much we have accomplished in the last 7 to 8 minutes. We have already gotten the first 2 chapters or a basic structure up and running here. The beauty of this is it's an online, it's a web-only link. You can share this with your field team. You can secure this with your single sign-on infrastructure. And towards the next 5 or 10 minutes of the webinar, I'm going to walk you through some of the metrics that we can track also as a part of this system. So let's go ahead and create more chapters under Marketing Insights now. I'm going to just change this to Marketing Insights. What are some of the things that we can put under Marketing Insights? We can say, what are the marketing drivers? And we can also say, what are some of the marketing programs that are running currently? Again, so this would have a quick information from the marketing teams as to what kind of programs they're running, what kind of leads they're generating, and things like that. So we have the lead generation that is also there. And let's just say we also have a qualified lead definition. So obviously I made a mistake. I moved qualified lead definition to overview instead of it being under marketing insights. What I can just do is drag this over and actually make this the fourth chapter under marketing insights. So things like that you can kind of easily set up in your system. Let's also add an ideal customer profile under marketing insights. So here we have 5 chapters created. We haven't added any content to these, and we will get into that pretty soon. So let me actually quickly create some sales opportunity chapters as well, after which we will get into actually some real content authoring here. What are the key industry verticals under sales opportunities? Again, oh yeah, there you go. And then we will add another thing in buyer personas. So things like buyer personas, and then we also have the buyer process stage map that we will also, buying process stage map that we will also add. So after this, I'm just going to quickly switch into putting in the actual content. There we go. So we'll just give the system a little time. So there you go, the buying process stage map. You can also add these different stages of the buying stages here, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, and things like that. But like, as I said, you know, we want to create some real content. Let's go into the vision statement. And the typical vision statements are, you know, generally, as we said, you know, the VP of sales, the CO, the CEO, the CTO, they generally have, the co-founders of the company generally have vision statements. And again, to create the first content, we'll click on this plus icon here. And you can see the system out of the box supports different format types. You can add an image or a series of images. You can embed videos or upload videos. You can add just an audio podcast. You can add some rich text content. You can upload a PDF and things like that. So for purposes of a vision statement, let's assume that you already have a CEO's speech that's been recorded and it's already available. So I'm going to just pick a video that I selected. This is Mark Benioff addressing a Salesforce corporate vision in Germany, and I'm just going to embed a YouTube URL, and here you go. So Salesforce World Tour corporate vision statement by Mark Benioff. So this is already here, and this is one of the first frames of the vision statement. And once you think, if you want to add more content to this, you know, you can click on this plus and keep on adding more content. But if not, what you can do is you can just publish, and here is your first chapter that is live. So any of you who are on, you know, who also want to open a parallel tab and visit acme.oset.io, please feel free to do so at this point, because you will already see that the vision statement chapter is available. You may not see some of the other sections yet, so you can take a look at that as well. So from, let's see, what do we do next? So let's go ahead and add some marketing drivers just so that I can show you some different type of content. Let's say marketing drivers is more like a rich table which has got content on either side, 2-column layout. So I'm going to add a table here, and I'm going to say, what's a good way? So I'm going to say this is trends, and this is implications for buyers. So here you can see the whole system has got, the UX has changed to load a full-fledged rich text editor here so that you can actually create more content. So I can even set this to be, have a color, say, okay, I'm happy with this. So let's just add some scenarios that we think that are the trends, and what should people do? IT spending cuts, projects on hold. This is an Acme site. Obviously, the solution or the problems that we are imagining are quite different. So let's say if there is IT solutions, IT spending cuts, then what should you do? Solutions must focus around consolidation of costs and saving money. So let's just say that that's the implication for buyers, and this is the emotional sell. Let's say if projects on hold, need to minimize time to deploy a working solution to not get considered as a big project. So vendor consolidation, so what's going to happen there? So again, you can see you're quickly sharing a narrative with your sales folks as to what are the trends in the market, what should they do to counter some of these trends. Whenever you're done, you just say done, and you have your first frame ready, which has got a little more rich text content. You can make this look prettier using some of the tools, but then again, as I said, as a part of this webinar, we're just focusing on getting some of the content up pretty quickly. So again, you have two chapters live now. We have the vision statement, which had a YouTube embed. We have marketing drivers that has some of the rich text content. We will do one more just so that we can talk about what else can we do. We can do qualified lead definition. So we can do qualified lead definition. Let's go in here. And again, click on this plus icon, choose the rich text editor option, and I'm again going to focus on building a table, a 2-column table. And in this, I'm going to say, what is the criteria? And a quick description. So let's say the criteria is company size, and the description is that it should be 50 to 500 million revenue. Industry should be manufacturing or pharmaceutical. And then I can say the role we are interested in is a director or a VP or a C-level decision maker. And what is the buying stage? We can say that the stage is known, purchase within 18 months. So you can see it's quite easy to build what a qualified lead definition means. So your sales teams are coming in, learning quickly about your company's vision. They're learning a little bit about your solution. They're understanding a little bit about your qualified lead definition. So they are forming an opinion very quickly on, how or what your company is really targeting. And this is one of the most essential pieces of any onboarding process where, you need to give your sales teams as much information as quickly as possible and not have them try and struggle to find this information. So again, so here is the complete list. So we can go on building this out, but what I'm going to do now is quickly switch to a little more built out instance where you can see that under sales playbook we have these different sections built out: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, and we also have a partner playbook where we have a lot more chapters that are organized very differently, more around personas and conversations, solution overview, customer success stories, competition, which has got who are the competitors, what is the key differentiation, what are some of the common objection handling scenarios, and what are some of the enablement resources that your partners can also access. All of this built using our platform, and it's pretty easy to create content and at the same time, manage it on a daily basis, making sure that your users are up to date with it. Now, one of the things we talked about was the system that is powering this behind the scenes. It's just not about creation and making it easy to create, but it's also about measurement, because what makes a good enablement platform is also being able to, or an enablement initiative is being able to also measure the consumption of your content. So for example, in this Acme instance, we can see we've had 20 visitors. Obviously, it's an Acme demo instance. We've had 20 visitors, 43 chapter views. Completion rates have been 38%. The return visitor rate is about 40%. All these metrics are offered by the system out of the box for you. And so a quick view as to understand how the visitors and views have been performing, what sections have been getting traction in the last 30 days. You can also view this data for a larger time frame if you want. What's trending from a chapter perspective, what content is trending here, what categories are trending, all this information is available out of the box. In addition to this, where are your visitors coming from, which geography, who's sending them, and things like that are also automatically tracked by the system. If you want to do a deep dive into some of the chapters, you can even go into one of these links, and you can understand how people are consuming your content. Are they reaching through all those different frames and slides that you've set up? All this data is also available out of the system. So this is quickly the analytics part of the content. To also power some of the enablement content, or if you want to walk people through some of the enablement content, or how someone should use your software, things like that. One of the use cases that you can also look at is around feature building walkthroughs in our platform. So to demonstrate this, what I'm doing is right now I'm going to this site called featurewalkthrough.vmware.com, which is powered by our platform Oset. And as a part of this platform, VMware has built out about close to 500 odd demos to showcase how their platform works. So for example, if you were to go into Virtual SAN and into what's new in Virtual SAN 6.1, you will actually see that they have built out 11 chapters which show different steps involved in enabling a Virtual SAN, for example. And so here you see, as a part of the player view, the same player view which was having a video, the same player view which was having rich text content now has an image, and there is a notes that's available here on the right hand side. And here you're guided by this helpful hotspot which tells you that you can click on this to actually begin the journey, after which you can click on edit. So this is basically walking you through how to enable Virtual SAN. So you're actually going through these steps and actually learning a little more about the software. So you can create enablement content where you're training your sales teams as well on how to use your software using the same system. So you can create product demos, you can create your playbooks, you can even create a live sandbox demos as a part of this platform. So with that, we come to the end of today's webinar. So once again, the platform that is powering all the interactions that we saw today is Oset.io. So in case if any of you would like to give it a try, please do sign up. And we do offer a 2-month free trial. So all you need to do is click on Start Your Free Trial and get started with the free trial. And if you have any questions in this journey, please do reach out to us. All right. With that, thank you so much for joining with us today. We look forward to talking with you in the future. Thanks. Bye.